Hey collective. Sorry, it's been a few days. They've been a bit rocky. Just been put on some new medications and my body is like, it's been a bit challenging. Got some health problems I'm not really talking about, just because I have learned to keep some things private, really, my TikTok journey. But I am living proof that you can have all the things go wrong and you can still be positive and push through. So I'm just going to go get my other phone. It's very quiet. Back. I was just doing an installation. Sorry, last time I touched it. Let's find us some meditation music to put on in the background. I've been having a lot of downloads, so I thought I'd come in and share them. What shall we pick? And I've been thinking about playing the piano too. I used to play when I was a kid. And I played a bit of drums. I'm alright at the drums, but my drum set fell apart, so I stopped. So that's part of my side effects I'm having at the moment is having a stuffed face, a blocked nose, feeling like I've got the flu, wicked body aches. I couldn't sleep last night because my legs felt like I had run like 10 Ks all night, and I woke up all night and kicked everything off my bed. Everything was off because one of my side, like, if you're single, you know what I mean. I've been single for a long time, so I'm having a lot of interruptions today. The other side of my bed is my Bible, my books, my pens, anything I could possibly need at night time. I've been writing my dreams down too, so as I wake up through the night, I write down, fully asleep, what I've been dreaming about, which has been really interesting. I dreamed about someone I knew, and I wrote down something about the door being unlocked and this door here. And then I got up in the morning and the door was unlocked, and I never go to bed if the door's unlocked. And I'm like, and that was like they come to light anyway, these things. So you may be getting downloads in your dreams. I think this part of this shift is there's a lot of transformation happening collectively. Like, the downloads we're getting are physical as well as spiritual. Like, they are manifesting. There's a little swallow flying around very peacefully. They are manifesting physically as well as in our physical body, in our mental body, in our spiritual body, our downloads. When I last went to church, even the pastor was talking about which you wouldn't think you'd hear it from Christians. He was talking about our coding in our DNA, that in our DNA we have codes that go back. They actually talk about some really interesting things in church that I sit quietly and I'm like, because they know I'm different. Like, I look different, right? I definitely don't. There's no one else there with a face tattoo. There's no one else there like me. And I go to quite a small church too. But when he talks about things like, I don't think anybody else knows what he's talking about, but I know what he's talking about. He gets some straight downloads. Same, similar place to where I get my downloads. So I'm gonna pull some cards today. I actually made some new cards. It took me fucking hours. But I've called this pack Spirit Saves. And so they're all messages from Spirit. But before we do that, I've written down a few things. One of the dreams I had last night was aliens in America. I'm not American, but it was like a TV program. If you are American, you might know what I'm talking about. I feel like it's a TV program, but I'm not actually sure. It was a download. So something about aliens in America. I was gonna Google it, but shall we do that now? Let's see what it means. Aliens in America. It's a sitcom. A hilarious show of how a 16-year-old Pakistani exchange student adjusts to the Tolchuk household. Despite the cultural chaseism between Justin and Raja, they develop an unlikely bond. So this could be about, there's a lot of unity trying to happen at the moment. There's a lot of, I don't know about you, but I have literally spent the last 3 years of my life working really, really hard on unconditioning myself. Culturally, I was brought up in a very strict family where we had a certain type of culture, and we were not in any way allowed to go outside our culture. And I grew up like, but our culture sucks. Right? Like this is shit. Like, this doesn't make me happy. This seems strange. Why do you stick to these type of people? Like, you're all miserable. Why should I listen to you when you're all miserable? And so there is a massive shift happening that is bringing our cultures together in unity, and it has been going on for a long time. And it is our job here. It is part of our purpose to bring these cultures together. Like, I've been learning Māori, Te Reo, which in New Zealand is our native language. It is our native culture, is Māori. My children have some Māori in them. Not from me. I am English. Like, I'm a Kiwi. I was born here. My dad's side, they're Kiwi, Scottish, Irish. My mum's side, they're not from here. They're from England. They are English, French. There's some Egyptian in there too. I'm related to like South African King George from many, many moons ago, which is random. So they have very royal blood. People don't realize, but they eventually find out when they fuck with my ancestors. I wouldn't. I've got an army. They're like, look at her, she's so cute, she's so quiet and gentle, let's just fuck her up. Like, yeah, try it. Try it. That'll be the last thing you ever fucking do. Anyway, have a look into that. That might be a calling for you to branch out culturally, learn about different cultures, maybe stop dating the same culture, and no matter what I do, no matter how fluently I speak English or for how many years I've been there, the truth is I will always be considered an alien. Yeah, that's a thing too, right? Illegal aliens being in a country, they call that being an alien too, being in a country that's not your own. I feel like that. This is my country, but I feel like an alien. I always have. I'm like, this, I'm not from here, and everybody knows it. Also, like, if you see E.T. a lot, I see E.T. a lot, not like E.T. Phone Home, the movie, but I see words, I see letters, I see numbers, we all have different ways that the universe speaks to us, that the Holy Spirit sends us messages, that God sends us messages. And I know it all comes from, this similar place, because when I went to church, all these little signs, all these words, all these messages I'd been getting names even, because I see names. They're like puzzle pieces. And when I went to church, I was like, holy shit, I've been seeing all these names and they're in the Bible. They're in the Bible. I've been literally sent these words, these names, and they are all in the Bible. 12:12 on the timer. Have you been seeing 12:12? I've been seeing 12:12 a lot, which is it's spiritual unions becoming closer. So if you're being forced to do a lot of work right now, look at a lot of, do a lot of shadow work. If you're being triggered, if you're releasing, if you're going through things physically in your body, it is for your higher good. It may feel like shit. It might be painful. It might be quite dark. It might be lonely, isolating, but if you can look past it and see the bigger picture, you will see it is for your good. You may have been praying for healing. I've been praying for healing, but healing's not that magical. Healing, the reality of it, is hard. It hurts. It takes discipline. It takes changes. Because, something damaged you in the beginning, right? That you have to heal from, and you've got to change the things that you do to yourself that damages you. So, this shift's all about surrender and transformation. Surrendering. I've just gone through a massive heart chakra awakening, and I didn't know this whole time I was the problem. Because we don't, right? And we're in our ego, and we think we know fucking everything, and we're like, and I'm like, oh, it's me, I'm a brat. Well, we do know deep down, right? So you may have problems, you might be having things going on in your chest area, throat chakra, like having swelling, having a croaky voice, breathing problems, because you might have blockages, in your head. You might have headaches if you've got a blocked crown chakra. Growing pains. I've written down growing pains, going through a transformation, and you're growing. You're growing spiritually, you're growing mentally, you're growing, you're ascending, and there are going to be ascension symptoms. They're going to be painful. You can sometimes feel sick, get nausea, I've also put your battles are not with the flesh. That keeps coming up for me. If you're having issues with people, Try not to take it personally. It is the best thing I've learned in my life, is don't take anything personally. You're not battling with the person, you're battling with the spirit, with the energy, with yourself. We are mirrors. We often we will be shown parts of ourselves and other people that we don't like, so we can see and we can look at it face on and we can deal with it and we can change ourselves. We cannot change anybody else, but we can change how we deal with it. We can change who we are. We can change how we react. We can look at, wait, what is it in me that is offended by something else somebody else is doing? When I can't control that, that's got nothing to do with me. Why am I offended by what they're doing? It's none of my business what they're doing. You know, if they've done something to hurt you, to upset you, they've gone out of their way, you know, that's when you've got to kind of take it in your stride. You've got to release resentment, because resentment and anger is, you know, we're taking on their problems, we're taking on their energy, we're taking on their issues and their trauma, and we're carrying it around ourselves, because, and that's what they want, you know, that's what we do when we're hurt, and we don't look at it as we give it to others, and it's not kind, right? So we're gonna, someone upsets us, we're going to look at that and see that they have something unhealed that they're not coping with right now, and we're gonna let them keep it because it's not ours. We've got enough of our own, right? We're gonna see it for what it is and be like, okay, good luck with that. I wish you healing. I'm gonna go on my way now because I don't like this. This makes me feel like shit. This isn't unconditional love. This isn't respect. And you're going to have boundaries, and you're going to step away from it. And you're just going to make it really clear that you don't align with that. And then the universe will step in, your angels will step in, and they will protect you from it. As long as you're not entertaining it, you will be protected from it. It's when we're still mentally entertaining things that it gets a little bit, the universe is like, do you want it or not? Because up here it feels like you want it, but you're saying that you don't want it, but deep in your heart you're still fucking around with it. That's where things get a little bit wishy-washy. You've got to be really fucking clear. So 1515, you might be seeing 1515, which I noticed today, looks a lot like Isis, which is she is the Egyptian god of creation, of nurturing, of mothering the world. Literally 1515 Isis. So you may want to look into that a little bit. 1111, which is enlightenment, awakenings. You might just be having constant awakenings through this ascension. I've seen 9/11. I actually saw September 11. It was like, whoa, last night. 9/11, which I see as tower. It's a tower, or number 16, which is the tower. So that can be ways of thinking, ways of seeing. That can be, you know, if you've been working on trying to change behavior, patterns, thought patterns, releasing certain ways of doing so you can make changes in your life, that can just be that in itself, a tower, like boom, that's gone. Because it will, if you keep working on it, it will release, it will destruct. You know, if you keep working, wherever you put your energy is what you're manifesting. So just don't quit. If you're trying, and remember to release too.
Use PDF Filler to edit documents anytime, anywhere, from any device.
That gave me such a fright.
Add text anywhere.
That actually gave me such a fright. So remembering your battles are not with the flesh. there with the energy, there with the spirit, there with the dark, there with yourself. This shift's quite a lonely one. There's a lot of stuff, because I listen to a lot of readings, there's a lot of stuff going on, and it's really, really like, really, you can get quite overstimulated by this is coming in, and unions are coming in, and money's coming in, and all these fucking amazing things that you've always wanted in your life are coming in. And the worst thing in the world is when you're waiting for it and it doesn't come in, and then your readings tell you to like cut it out, and you're like, what? And then you feel manipulated, right? The important part about manifestations is to release them, and release them not in a negative way. Release them in a grateful way. You're not giving up. There's a big difference between giving up and releasing. We've got to release whatever we're manifesting before it can come in. You can't hold on to it and hold on to it and hold on to it. You've got to put it aside and let it go, like planting a seed. You've got to nurture it, and if you dig it up too early, you might kill it, right? Might not be ready. You've got to wait till it's given to you, and just that's where we learn patience. And it's right at the end there when we're excited, and then we can get impatient because we're excited, and then we're like, it's not happening quick enough. But it will come. It'll come as soon as you forget about it. Taking out every time, like you're into it, and if you skip the part where you pack a sad and you get in a shitty because it's not coming when it was meant to come, and it's not in your control when it comes. It's never ever in our control. We are in our control. I've got the song from Craig David, Walking Away. I listened to that quite a bit when I was young. I remember playing Monopoly. I got the CD when I was about 13, I think. But walking away, you might be walking away from a lot of things. Maybe if you listen to that song, Craig David, Walking Away, you might hear something that you need to make something click. That might be a message for somebody. I wrote it down. Yeah, so detaching at the end of your manifestation, especially if you're trying to manifest love, if you're trying to manifest somebody who's gonna actually not fuck you around, who actually, we all want somebody who's solid. We all want someone who's gonna be kind to us, who's gonna love us completely as a whole, who we can just, give our love to, that we've been saving up for God knows how long. That's not gonna lie and manipulate and whatever, and a lot of us have learned to wait, have boundaries and say no and use our discernment, and sometimes it feels like maybe it's never going to happen. I've definitely been there, and I've also been at the place of I'd rather be by myself. I'd rather be by myself forever, for the rest of my life, and commit to it right here and now, than I would to be in any of the connections that have not been, that have not served me. But everything has served me, right? Everything serves us, even if it's a lesson. I have learnt so much, and you have learnt so much from every one of your connections you've made in this life. You've grown. They might not have all been positive and magical and romantic, and but you have learnt something, and you've grown in some way. And you wouldn't, I got dry lips, my bad. You wouldn't have learnt that if it wasn't for that connection that you made. Don't get me wrong, there's some people that pop into my head and I'm like, I wish I never fucking met you. But at the same time, I don't mean it, because otherwise I wouldn't be here where I am. I'm pretty happy where I am. It took me a lot to get here. So if you're feeling like things aren't progressing, just pull your energy back and keep working on yourself. Don't have expectations on anybody else, okay? Because it's not about them, it's about you. No one is coming to save you. There is no such thing as Prince Charming. Alright? You are coming to save you. You are your Prince Charming. Right. So also there's been things coming up about our ancestors or our elders that haven't finished. They've got not unfinished business like Casper in the movie. They've got unfinished soul plans. They've got things that they didn't finish that come with a spiritual inheritance. It comes with finances. It comes with, they're like spiritual missions, right? Like spiritual cases. Everything comes with incentive. So you've got a mission, right? And then you've got these supplies that help you with the mission. So you may like hearing dreams. They may come through as like a dream that you need to, your ancestors are going to pass these unfinished missions on to you. And they may come with money, they may come with land, they may come with people that you need to accomplish these missions. They are not just your ancestors, they belong to you as well. Like how we are the generation of breaking generational curses. It may be they didn't finish this curse, they didn't manage to break the curse, so then it falls on you to break this curse. And there is an incentive in everything. There is you will be rewarded for these, like for the breaking these generational curses and completing these missions. That was hard to get out. Monitoring spirits. If you feel like you are being watched, I was very called to talk about this. If you feel like you are being watched, don't go crazy. That's what they want. Don't go crazy. Bugs, birds, you can feel it. There's an energy, right? You can feel when you're alone, and you can feel when someone's watching you. There's a lot of people astro traveling these days, on purpose, on accident, unconsciously, on drugs, purposely, in meditation, all sorts of people. Some have good intentions, some with terrible intentions. Some are just motherfucking creeps who sit in lucid dreaming, or even they've learned how to do it while they're at work, while they're, concentrating, they can become addicted to watching you. Okay, and so while you're not aware, you don't really have a protection because you're not aware to put up a barrier, to put up a boundary. So I'm going to teach you how to do this because I had to do this, and it has taken me 2 years to get this shit down pat. So many things I've had to learn by experience, and it takes time to learn, to understand. Some things I still don't understand because there's so many dimensions and different levels of understanding. There's all sorts of different monitoring spirits. Also, you might not know them. You might know them. You might get a feeling. You get a smell. I used to smell cigarettes. Right? I don't smoke anymore. But someone who was watching me, I don't know, he probably still doesn't, I don't know, a lot of them think they're too fucking clever and we can't see them, but sometimes I will just look straight at them because I'm a medium. I am very close with my ancestors. I pick up on other people's lost loved ones. I have a straight channel to the past, on to the spirit world. I always have since I was a small child. I would physically see, hear, smell spirits, ghosts, whatever you want to call it. And it was scary as a child, but now I'm older, I've managed to get a grasp on it and experience it, and I'm quite comfortable with it, but it's taken me a long time. So even though they are not passed on, some of them, they're alive. They have learnt to travel in their spirit like the spirits do. The spirits travel around because they don't have a body. Humans can leave their body and travel around. I do not recommend it. I don't like to leave my body. Just so you know, I don't do black magic. I don't astro travel purposely. It's not my practice. I work with the little fantail flying around my house. I work with protection. I'm a healer. I work with my ancestors. I work with ascending, growth, DNA coding. I don't ever purposely hurt anybody. Sometimes, I am spellbound. If I speak something, it will come to fruition. So I'm very fucking careful, especially in anger. I have learnt, because no one goes unpunished. Even though I'm a white witch, I cannot bring harm to anybody or it will come back at me. That's the rules of karma. That's how the scales are balanced. So going back to monitoring spirits and being watched, you need, and it won't happen instantly, it takes time to build, okay? That first thing is awareness, being aware, okay? And targeting that energy and speaking to source, speaking to your angels, speaking to your ancestors. If you don't already practice having your ancestors in your home and your angels in your home, you need to practice this. You need to welcome them in, but also let them know you have rules, okay, that they are to respect you. You're not going to go do all their freaking jobs for them, because I tell you now, they want you to go do stuff. They will happily have you run around from them. You've got to have boundaries and be like, look, you can be here with us. 3322. I've been saying 2323 a lot. That's a I can't remember what that is, but I will look it up after. Should we look it up now? Shall we look it up now? I feel like it's important. Signifies a period of accelerated growth and transformation. This divine message is a celestial nudge urging you to embrace change, let go of old patterns and step into your full potential. Yeah. Intuitively knew that. So things are going to get quite quick. So welcome them in, have your boundaries. They need to respect your space, but they will be here to protect you. If you have a cat, cats are really good at picking up on spiritual stuff going on outside kind of energy coming in. Is thinking is kind of like vampires, right? You know how it goes with the vampires. They're not allowed in your house unless you invite them in. So once you know that there are energies in your house that do not belong, you need to banish them. You need to tell them to leave. Same as if you've got energies of passed on spirits that you don't want around, because they're not always there to help. They're not always good. Some of them are pissed off that they didn't get to stay here. And that's what you've got to do. You've got to banish them. You've got to say, go to the light. or, leave this space, you are not welcome. This is my home. I'm a living person. You are invading my space, and this is, you will be spiritually punished. You are breaking spiritual law. You need to lay down the law with these monitoring spirits, okay? You need to know the law and you need to lay down the law, because if you're being watched, it's because you are a threat. It is because you are powerful and you probably don't know your potential yet. You will be getting downloads, and they like to get you and hold you so that, when this, either to stop it from coming through, to control you, to squish you, we're in a spiritual war. Like, we're in a war with ourselves too. A lot of people are in a war with themselves, and so are we until we realize it. But there is a collective, and we're all here to support each other. I'm a light worker. I will only ever teach light. I am aware of black magic. I am aware of a lot of things, but I will never speak on it, because that's not what I want to manifest. I've been made aware of things that people do, so I'm aware, so I can protect myself and I can help other people, and for ascension. But I will not speak on it. I will never use it. Fly spray. If you've got flies in your house and there's no food and it's winter and you're like, why the fuck are there flies in my house? Kill them. Just spray them straight away. And when you're feeling it, you need to get your sage, and you need to go through, put some music on if you want, and just try to cleanse your house and your space in a really high frequency, okay? You don't want to be cleansing in a low frequency. That's why I like to put music on and kind of have a little dance while I sage my house. If you're feeling anxiety, if you're feeling negative energies and stuff, just do that, okay? Put on something that makes you happy, that lifts your vibration, that lifts your energies, and I want you to just get your sage out. If you don't own any sage and you're spiritual and you know what I'm talking about, get some fucking sage. Like, the least you need to do is sage your home. Okay, at least once a week, but depending on where you're at and what stage you're in and what you're going through, your ascension symptoms, you can sage every day, you can sage twice a day if you need to. Spiritual bathing also helps with your vessel to cleanse any kind of negative attachments or entities or spiritual attacks sent your way that could come through energetically. We're like little radio stations, and sometimes people can tune into our station and they can send us energy. So there's a whole lot of things you need to learn being a spiritual being if you're on the ascension journey, if you are in the quantum, if you are wanting big things, if you are wanting to open the boxes to understanding and knowing. So saging, praying. Remember, like vampires, if you've told them they're not welcome, then they will be punished. You need to lay down the law. Goes with humans too. Lay down the law, put them in their place, and then the rest is up to them. If they go and break your boundaries and your law that you have put down, because you're a sovereign being, you are able to make your own law. And you've got angels and you're one with your ancestors, and you talk to God. Look out for them. That's on them. Stand the fuck out of the way. Same thing with you, with me. If I go break someone's energetic boundaries or physical boundaries, if they've told me to go away and I've gone and pushed that, I'm gonna get that pushback. So a lot of ash everywhere. If you're in isolation, if you're feeling people are pulling back their energy at the moment. Just pull yours back too. The law of attraction, don't chase anything. If you're feeling in lack, you might be slipping into codependency. You might be triggered by like abandonment wounds. That's been coming up collectively is fear of abandonment, fear of commitment, these deep-rooted wounds that are sitting underneath our ego and defense. And I wrote mine down the other day, like where do my fear of commitment wounds come from? And they're from childhood, from having parents, not being what we needed them to be, not being around, not protecting us. A lot of us, especially starseeds, we brought ourselves up. We had to protect ourselves, and at the same time as learning, at the same time as being in a different world to other people, or being a different being in the same world as other people. So we saw it differently, we experienced it differently. They could see like this, whereas we could see like this, and it was a little bit much and nobody understood. Okay. So yeah, now is a major time of surrender, isolation, working on those deep-seated wounds, and just releasing them, because the past is the past and it's going to keep kind of latching on, but we need to change. My big piece of selenite that I got. I'm pretty sure you can probably just see what I was thinking. I don't think I have to say it. Let's get out my new cards. It's my rough as packet. I've been seeing emu everywhere, and then I noticed this has got an emu on it, and I'm like, I must look up what the emu is. I don't know if there's a emu bird anywhere else, but we have it in New Zealand. And should we pull out the Egyptian ones? They're asking me to as well. Let's start with these. Me and my nails, honestly. I'm a nail technician. I'm a fully qualified nail technician. So if you're wondering why my nails are always changing, I do them myself, and I'm also a nail biter. So I try to always keep them covered, otherwise it's me versus me, and I'm like, I just don't need that. I just don't need that. I just use that to cleanse the cards. Spirit guides, ancestors, please come through for me now and just give the collective any messages that they might need to know right now. Any, I'm pretty sure we've cleared out, but protect us from any negative energies, any spiritual attacks. Keep this a safe space for us with high vibes, and just let the messages be very clear for us right now. Spirit, thank you. Cool timing. Goddamn Shopify ad. Shopify and stability and equilibrium, Horus, number 9. Horus, the god of the underworld. Stay. Understanding. So stability and equilibrium, yeah, balancing out. There's been a lot of energy of balance, I'm just so distracted by the birds. I have a lot of bird life at my house. There's a cute little fantail just being cheeky. Fantails are real cheeky. Submit justice. Ooh. Justice is coming. That's what happens, right? When you carry on your path of righteousness and of light, and you don't take revenge into your own hands, you just keep pushing through, justice catches up. You will be rewarded, and your foes who have hurt you, who have come up against you, will be punished. It's just how the laws of karma go. So don't ever take revenge into your own hands. You don't have to. Do not lift a finger. Okay. Got 36. Nefertum, completeness, and Anuket, hope, 22. There is hope. Things are changing. Completeness, so coming into completion with yourself. By releasing these things, by going into isolation, by feeling all the things. You might have been rejected lately, and you might have missed the cue a few times beforehand and not got what the lesson was about. It wasn't personal, but it was just about releasing, because rejection isn't real. Like, if someone or something isn't for you, it's not for you, and it shouldn't be taken to heart. You just move on. We're very conditioned as humans to take things so personally and be kind of dramatic, really. I watched this thing. Actually, I think I woke up to it this morning, and it was this chick, and she's like, men aren't intimidated by you. They just don't want to deal with your attitude. And why should they? And I've been going, like I was saying, with the heart chakra opening. My heart chakra opening. That's what it has been about. It's been about my ego and my attitude. And I've had a massive awakening to myself and been like, oh, okay, that doesn't make me strong. That doesn't make me powerful. That makes me a little bitch. Right? So you might be standing in your own way because your attitude, your defensiveness, you are confusing it with boundaries, right? An unwillingness to change, an unwillingness to come with, like, to find a solution, to open your mind, to submit to a higher good. Sometimes it can be very blinding. Ego can be very blinding. Ego can convince you that what you're doing is right. So, prosperity. So, sometimes you might just have to defeat yourself, bring yourself back down to earth and be like, wait, am I being mature? Am I being graceful? Because there's a big difference between being graceful. Like, people often take your kindness for weakness, but that's because people are stupid. Because they have not opened their minds to that, you know. Everyone has learned so much, and they know so much, and their perspective of things, and a lot of people are only comfortable with knowing this much and going round and round in circles in their little box. And if you're not willing to put your ego aside, you'll end up the same way. Just as I will end up the same way if I can't put my ego aside to evolve and to develop. And that doesn't mean letting anybody abuse me. It doesn't mean letting anybody put me down. But it does mean that if someone says something or does something that triggers me and I don't like, what I then need to do is to stop not react, because humans are very reactive, right? We are conditioned to react, but to look before reaction, just to take a step back and look at why am I triggered? What triggered me first? Why does it trigger me? What's underneath that trigger? Where did it come from? And can we heal it? Can we change it? Can we speak about it? Can we explain? Rather than putting up a wall, blocking them, which I'm real fucking good at. But you'll find if you just block something or someone and don't deal with it, you can't move past it. And that's when you find yourself unblocking people and feeling like a real dickhead. Like, I've unblocked you because I've got something to fix here. And I was too quick to block you, but I can't move past it, so I gotta backtrack now and go through the lesson again because I was real too quick to just be like, nope. But you've gotta move through it. You can't block it. You gotta deal with it. Part of being a grown-up, part of being a spiritual, if you're trying to ascend to master spec, you gotta deal with your shit head on, right? I was not gonna do a long reading, and here I am at 51 minutes. Alright, are there any more messages? Yeah, don't be so quick to block, because you might have to unblock. That's fucking embarrassing. Oh, devastation, number 30. Amut. Oh, and there's our Isis, faith and wisdom, sitting in the bottom of the pack. Having faith in whatever you're going through. Best it. Passion. That could be what you're running away from too. Passion. Passion can be scary. Love can be scary. Not getting what we want can be scary. Thinking that we're being powerful creatures and we can get whatever we want can be ego. And when you don't get what you want, yeah, there's devastation. I don't feel like this is devastation though, like as it comes up. I'm gonna just look that up because I feel like there's something else to that meaning. Let's look up Amut. Amut, Egyptian god. Oh, he's a demon. The devourer of the dead, who is an ancient Egyptian goddess with the four quarters of a lion, the hind quarters of a hippopotamus, and the head of a crocodile. The three largest animals, man-eating animals, known as the ancient Egyptians. My phone's doing something weird. She was viewed as a good force because she destroyed evil. Maybe you're here to destroy evil. Maybe she is protecting you. Maybe you need to call on her for protection. Though Amut is seen as a devouring entity, she is neutral and strictly serves at the whim of the other deities, so they bring her in to do their work, to take souls that have sinned against the gods and send them to oblivion. Yeah, the card looked like a tower kind of card, but I felt like it was something different. So she is the life force absorption or extraction. So she has the ability to take life or to give life. Nose medication stuff. She grows larger and more powerful with every life force she takes. She's a tough bitch. Don't mess with her. So if you've got evil around her, amit, call her in. She works for the... I've been seeing Ra a lot, but they also believe Ra stopped taking an active hand in the world a long time ago. After growing old, no. Ra's definitely, his spirit is still around. Oh, she ate the heart. Okay, so you know that how the Egyptians, before you passed either to the higher realm or to the lower realm, right? Heaven, hell, whatever you want to call those places. I don't know if you've heard about it, but the weighing the scales, the balancing of the heart next to the feather. This is why we release resentment, we release pain, we heal, so that we can lighten our heart. It needs to weigh against a feather, right? Because if we pass on and our heart is heavy, it means we haven't done our work. And so this is just saying that she is the deity that will devour the heart if they've done no work. If you carry resentment, if you've hurt a lot of people, you're going to carry that pain in your heart. A lot of people, they carry hatred and pain and evil, and their heart, is very heavy because they do not love. They do not know how to love. Two, they hold on to the pain as power. They feel like it's powerful, and I know this because I used to. In my younger days, I was an addict. I've lived many lives. I have been in the shadows. I have been in all sorts of places. And I remember holding on to that pain and that anger and feeling like it was powerful. It was the energy that drove me, was pain and anger, until I couldn't take it anymore. And I wanted the pain to stop. I was like, there's something wrong here. This isn't right. And I did. I died. I've died a few times. And I was brought back into a different life. So that still comes into the transformation and the releasing that we're doing now, is lightening our heart, releasing resentment, releasing hate, forgiving. Okay, forgiving is going to help you. We forgive to heal ourselves. It doesn't mean you have to have whatever hurt you in your life, back in your life. It doesn't mean you're giving them an opportunity to hurt you again. You're just not hurting yourself by releasing them, by releasing the pain, by forgiving. Like, I forgive you, but fuck you. That's how I forgive. I forgive and I speak to the universe. I speak it out. I forgive you for what you have done to hurt me, and I forgive me for putting myself in the position to be hurt by you. But Lord, by all means, do not bring that motherfucker anywhere near me ever again. Don't even test me. Don't test me. Do not do it. And you're safe, and you release, and you move on. Sometimes it might take a few goes. You might have to work at it. Some things take time to heal, but keep trying. Keep trying. Go through the motions of whatever you need to go through. These are my Spirit Asks You cards, or Spirit Says, that I made. Spirit asks you to look inside yourself for the answers you hold, all the records inside you. Understand yourself. And we've got number 4. So stop seeking outside. We hold all the answers inside. We need to go to a quiet space. We need to talk to ourselves, talk to our nature, be open to the answers coming straight directly to you. We all have the right to all the answers of the universe. God asked us to question everything. That's why we're here. It's part of it. I'm going to finish after this. I'm at an hour. I'm also going to do some star sign readings too. I'm going to start doing a couple of star sign readings and maybe try and get them all out within like a week or two. So if you haven't already, like and subscribe. If you want a personal reading with me or a healing session, I put my email address in the bio. And like the about at the bottom of my at the bottom of my videos. So you're welcome to flick me an email, and I can give you the details there for personal readings. Spirit says it's time to stand out. Stop trying to fit into society. God made you a warrior, not part of the crowd. So don't be afraid to shine bright. Stop trying to fit in. I often think about, when you're a kid, you've got those shaped toys, and there's like the triangle, and there's the square, and there's the circle, and then you've got the little blocks. When I think about trying to fit into a box or fit into society, that image has always come to my mind, is trying to get like a triangle and sticking it into the circle. It's insanity. It's fucking insane. We were not made to fit in. We were made to stand out. What's the time? 11:30. I might get a star sign recording after this, maybe, before I go out. Spirit asks that you be content now and respect the struggle as it needs to happen to bring in your dreams. So if you are having any kind of struggle, it's a 2 as well. So alignment, if you are in any kind of struggle, just respect it, be content, and go through it. Go right through it. Try not to resent it. Just accept exactly where you are right now. It's very powerful exception. Spirit says it's time to leave this old cycle you are in and take a leap of faith into the unknown. Be strong and jump. And that's a 3. So that's support from the universe and your spirit guides. They're there to support you. You're not going to be just jumping off a mountain. You've got a bungee cord. They are your bungee cord. Spirit asks you to pay close attention to how you feel around people. Your body tells all. And that's a 7. So that is wonderful things are about to happen. So you need to take note, pay close attention to how your body feels and how you feel around people that are in your energy. Your body will react, and if you don't feel good about someone being in their energy, they're probably got an entity attachment or some unhealed trauma or some bad intentions. So try not to be around people because their karma they're carrying can affect you. So just keeping yourself safe from people that don't have the best intentions for you. Listening to your body, respecting your energy. You must honor our energy. Spirit says, make the most of this time out. Do not get frustrated. Use it for regeneration. So be grateful because as we're oh my gosh, this is annoying. Throat chakra problems 101. Things are going to start moving very quickly. very quickly. Spirit asks you to be adaptable and flexible in the situation for your higher good. Yeah. Brace yourself. I was falling asleep again this morning. Sometimes, because I'm a clairaudient, I hear things sometimes, especially when I'm drifting off to sleep. That's why I always sleep with frequency music. I always sleep with some kind of sound on. It helps tune out the voices. But I was going back to sleep this morning and I got, who even are you? And I'm like, shut up. Who even are you? Okay, so that's not just me. A lot of us have changed so much that people from our past do not recognize us anymore. And that's not our problem. Like, it's not personal. Our path is our own. We have woken up to our higher purpose and what we're doing here, and they don't have to understand it. You know, they need to probably understand what they're doing, but no one needs to understand what we're doing except for us. So if you've got people in your energy, if you've got people in your life, like, who even are you? Who do you think you are? Like, just being nosy. And, you know, people are going to put down things they don't understand as well. So just like I've said, don't take it personally. Don't take it personally. They just don't understand. They just do not understand. And that's okay. They're allowed to question it, but you do not have to answer in any way at all. You don't have to answer to anybody. You don't owe anybody an explanation. Tell them to Google it. Whatever you don't understand, Google it. That's what I tell people. And they're like, oh, I wanted a more blah, blah, blah. Google it. I'm not your fucking teacher. You're not paying me. Oh, I've got reflection and a sexual union. Honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for you will find true bliss. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that it will work out for the best. Yeah, so twin flames. Imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. If you're in some sort of a separation, oh, there's a rainbow. Just work on yourself. Give it to God. Don't let it. There's a fucking ant in here. Get out of there. We'll just put these to the side. I'm not going to squash them with the cards. Just take some time out. It's just not ready yet. Don't stress yourself or get frustrated. Just pull your energy back, because there's obviously more work that needs to be done. And you don't want to rush into anything ever, because then it just, you can cause damage. The rainbow. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that's tomorrow. I don't know where that came from, but the sun will come out. It's been storming here for days and the sun's just come out today. Alright, collective, I think I'm gonna do a Leo reading. I've got time to do a quick Leo reading, so I will upload it probably the same time as I upload this one, and maybe I might get another one in later. So please like and subscribe if you feel called to. Personal reading details in my email below the video. Love, light and rapid transformation support to you. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. And if you're watching because you're a weird ass op and you're stalking because you miss me, I love you too.